CHAP tales. Don't you wanna hear some CHAP tales?
Howdy doody strangey booties. You're right, peeps, what is happening? It is another CHAP tale. Yes, I am telling tales. Okay, so this CHAP tale, I have been thinking about holidays that I've been on in the past, because I've just done a few episodes on a skiing trip that I took with my pals, Mr. Taib Tahiri and Mr. Adam Asbo. Nice to meet you both. And I just thought of another holiday that I went on a few years before the skiing trip. But this was with a friend, just me and a friend. And we went to the Dominican Republic in the Caribbean. When we got out there, obviously, I am the excursion king. I will do everything. So we went to the old rep and said, "What you got for us? What you doing for me tonight, eh?" So they're going through this booklet of excursions that you can get involved in, and so they opened the page and boom, there it was, white water rafting. Now that is a bit of me. I was like, straight away, before she even told me about it, I said, "That's book it." So she's like, "Yeah, okay." And anyway, so yeah, it was amazing. It was amazing. They took us up in these hills in the Dominican Republic and then sat us down, told us about white water rafting, what you should and shouldn't do. And obviously so we just like, yes, mate, this is on fire. So but me and this friend, we got kitted out and everything you wear and all that, like life vests and all the other plofties. And then we got put into a group of 6, and me and my friend, we was like the smallest people out of these 6 people. So we got stuck right at the front of this boat. Anyway, go off down these white water rafting things. There's 6 of us plus an experienced geezer at the whole palaver. And he's like at the back, in the middle at the back, and he's basically steering this boat like with this oar. Like, it's mental how they do it. But it was amazing. It was just a great experience, like going down all these shooty bits, over down little waterfalls and stuff, down a couple of fairly large waterfalls as well, and that was like nuts. And so anyway, in all it took probably, I don't know, hour and a half to get from the top to the bottom of this. I won't say mountain because it ain't a mountain, it was a big hill. So it's nuts. Like halfway down they sort of stop, and then there's this like massive high bit, and they're like, "Anyone want to jump off it?" And I was just like, "Yeah, right, mate." And then one of the guys that was controlling one of the boats, he went to the top of this thing. I'm not even joking, it was proper high, like, and he jumped off, and this pool of water he landed in, like, it looked like a puddle, you know what I mean? I was just like, oh my God, he's dead. But no, he went into the water, sploosh, and came back up, and it was mental. And then we carried on down the rest of the hill, going in and out of things, like boats overtaking you and things like, it was just mental adventure. And then, so we ain't, like, there's other boats, people falling out and getting swept off down waterfalls, and it's mental. But our boat, all 6 of us and the geezer, stuck in a boat all the way to the bottom. We get to the bottom, and it sort of like opens out, nice big, not very deep, about 4 foot deep, and you're just gliding along on the boat, you know what I mean? Like, everyone's stuck their oars in the middle of the boat. Well, not all of us, as you will find out. And then we're coming right to the end, just before when we're going to all jump off the boat or whatever. And because there was like 6, 7 boats, and I think every one of them had turned over on the way down this hill, apart from us. So it was the only ones who weren't wet, really. So the guy that's like controlling the boat thinks it'll be quite a good idea for us to get wet. So without telling us, he basically does some maneuver with his pole or whatever, and basically flips the boat over, yeah. And oh my God, as the boat's going over, like, my friend has got hit straight in the face with one of the oars, like, bash, ah! And then we've all gone underwater or whatever, like, and I've quickly just swam back up to the surface, looking around for my friend, and then there she was. So went over to her to see if she's all right, and I didn't realise that she'd got slapped in the face with an oar or whatever, but she was quite upset, and she was saying that one of her teeth had got broken, like, from this oar in her in the face, like, so I was so obviously you're thank you for that. Obviously you're a bit angry at the people, whatever, and the guy was apologising, whatever, and then not a lot we can do, you know what I mean? Like, we're in the middle of nowhere, and do you know what I mean? Probably would have got flipping murdered if we would have carried on chatting about it. But anyway, so her tooth got broken off, but luckily enough she'd caught the half that got broken off in her mouth, like, and not let go, and she didn't spit it out or anything. And when we got back from the Dominican Republic to England, she went to the dentist, and luckily enough the dentist managed to stick this bit of the tooth that had broken off back to the tooth that was in her, like, the bit of the stump was still in her mouth. It was the end of the tooth that had got snapped off, but managed to glue it back in. So, and it looked fine, yeah. So very good, very good. But I mean, the whole thing was what we'd just been through coming down that hill. Oh my God, it was nuts, like, and no one had got thrown out of this boat. We all controlled it perfectly, down all the waves, down everything, you know what I mean? Like, stopped off at that little point where they're jumping off that mountain, and then we carried on. Everything's cool. Everybody else had gone in the water, and then at the last second, when no one in the boat was expecting it, the fellas flipped the boat, and then an oar hit my mate in the face and broke her tooth. And yeah, it was a bit like, you know what I mean, we went through all of that hour and a half coming down that bloody big hill, and didn't fall out, nothing. Got to the bottom, the geezers flipped the boat, to doing it as a laugh, you know what I mean, to get us all wet or whatever. And then she's got it in the face with an oar and broke her tooth, and yeah, do you know what I mean? Just how it goes, isn't it? But yeah, that was a short little chat out about a holiday to the Dominican Republic. There is already a story about this holiday on the channel if you go back and look for it, and it is it's a story about getting drunk on the way back from another excursion with some Americans on an open top bus thing. But yeah, and there will be a couple more coming as well. So yeah, thank you for listening. Please like, subscribe, smash bells, and write comments, and yes, get involved. Nice one.
CHAP tales. Don't you wanna hear some CHAP tales?